All right, good morning, cyber traders. Welcome back on this Friday. Good to see you all. Good to see you, Bonnie. Everyone, Lita, good to see you. Good morning, Norman, everyone. Good to see you, everyone. Welcome back. All right, good. By the way, happy birthday to our little a friend over there in the cyber group room, Ken. Happy birthday to you. It's always nice. A lot of birthdays when you have a lot of people in the trading room. But good to see you all. Good to see you, Randy, everyone. All right, I hope everyone's all excited about today's Friday and still a little cold here in New York, but it's a beautiful day today. I'm really looking forward, kind of enjoying the weekend and getting through this week. We're already going through our first week of the market, as in the first week of the month. And you obviously heard what happened on the news. I mean, the job claims were not as good as they liked. Market's down about 17 points. It was up over about 100, almost 200 points, close to it. So anyway, how does that affect us? A lot of earnings did come out, though. And we got a bunch of stocks that did do pretty well on it. But like I told you, it's not what companies go out of business every 3 months because they have to come out with earnings every 3 months. So they're always trying to worry about what's going to happen 3 months later. So let's see if this is going to kind of spill into an effect moving forward into the market. But there are a couple of stocks that are moving. I like to start off talking about leads, the stock leads that we traded yesterday, because that stock, for some of you that were not here yesterday, this stock was just out of this world once again. Listen, we had some of the stocks that we traded yesterday, the day before. We had the RHE, right? Let me just bring this up for the week so you guys can see what happened over the week here. We had this one that ran from $9 to $23 on Wednesday. We had the NMRD also. That one just ran from $3 to $14. We had the COCP. That one ran from $1.40 to about $4. And then we had the PRPO. And hopefully I can say it the day before. Yeah, there you go. That's on Monday. So that one ran from $1.50 to $8. That was another pretty good one. ISNS, another big winner, ran from $5.50 to about $12. So anyway, that's what basically we did this week. And you know that as you look at these stocks, and as I keep changing the slides, they're only good for the day. That's day trading. So some people are like, oh, you see what happened yesterday with the ISNS? Like, we talk about it. It's over. It's done. The party's finished. Now, it did come back on Wednesday, but, Monday really was the day. Every day is a new day. But as of what happened for the yesterday, that LEDS, I told you, it's all about capitalizing on and all of us working together on that trade. Yes, Ken, you're right. I can't get that one too. That OCGN was also been a great short, and she is tanking right now. That stock obviously is on the watch list. It's funny. We had a little bit of a bounce right now around 8, and she ran pretty high. I mean, like 8, around that 875, 850, and then all of a sudden things just ran to about 950. And what's happening? I'm just going to pop over here, level 4, for some of you watching us on YouTube or Facebook and don't know what the hell level 4 is or whatever, and obviously you all know, being here at, being in the cyber group room, we follow orders, and you can see a lot of these orders coming in. This guy keeps pushing it down. This big guy here for 50,000 shares just pushed it down. Another 20,000, another 30,000. You could see it now. The guys are starting to come in here, and they keep pushing it down. This guy got filled right around here for about 25,000. He got executed. You can see the red over here, and boom, things going down. So yes. So you know what? Follow the money. We keep repeating that, and things work out pretty well. So anyway, what else that we traded? I mean, that really pretty much does it. As of yesterday, you had the short on OCGN, and it's going back on the watch list again. So I don't know if some of you could trade in pre-market, and if you don't, maybe you should get in Cyber Group and join our Cyber Trade University, and we'll tell you, make sure you got the right broker, talk to one of our advisors, and I'll tell you exactly, what you're doing right and wrong. This is kind of the service that we give you. But you got to know how to play the game, because if you get caught on this stock and people are like, my God, do I get out of it? The market doesn't open up for me for about another 25 minutes. What do I do? Do I still hold on? I can't do anything. There's nothing worse than being locked out and you can't do anything. So you got to, once again, you have to know what to play when it comes to trading and have to have the right system. Now, a couple of stocks, let's talk about what's moving this morning, and we'll talk about some stocks that do have some earnings that did come out. The GFI's got a nice little push. I'm not really finding a lot this morning that I kind of like, that I would like to trade. It's Friday. A lot of people don't like to come out with news going into the weekend. So, I mean, a lot of earnings already came out early this morning and yesterday. We'll look at those. But when you go into a Friday, I mean, we've noticed that Fridays have been pretty well, but specifically in the afternoons. The afternoons obviously been treating us pretty well. But, you know, be very careful this morning. You could see from the watch list, like I found HMY, the stock has been a decent swing trade. It really hasn't gone crazy, but, you know, 8:30 this morning, ran from 490 to about 520. You know, I'm looking over here on my level 4. It just looks ugly. This is not exactly what we're looking for. You know, this is just like algorithms that are happening. So, I mean, these are like stocks. If it wasn't like an LEDS yesterday, the stocks right now would not even be on my A list. They'll be on my B list right now. IBIO, another one. It was a pretty good stock yesterday. It came out with some earnings. You can see it ran from $1.39 all the way to $2.13 right there. Nice little push. She's trying to go up. Listen, yesterday's resistance levels in after hours are going to reflect today's resistance levels. So always remember that. When I went to check out the IBIO, we got a big iceberg order. It's hovering here right now around $2. You can see him right here. There's that big red line. You got about close to about 100,000 shares, 68,000, 36,000, you know, 42,000. A lot of volume trades in this stock. So it really doesn't move that much, but you could trade a lot of shares of it. But you could see that it started to trend down a little bit, and the reason why it's kind of got close to that big resistance. And that guy was probably there from yesterday in the after hours, from what I'm assuming, for what I could see here. What else we got? OCGN, you could see it. Listen, we did really well with OCGN. OCGN, you could see here on the long-term chart, the stock was at $6. We were trading it. This thing went all the way to 16. Now it's starting to come to reality. What does this basically tell me? This stock was a short squeeze. It was a short squeeze. Okay, so now it's starting to trend down. It's probably going to, it could probably go get down to the 7s. Remember, this stock literally back in December was only 29 cents. That's it, 29 cents. You know, 29-cent stock to go to 16 is pretty crazy, right? Actually, this was even better when it was in February. It was at $1.80 and ran all the way up to $19. So it's just a short squeeze. You got to be careful. You get caught up onto these things. And you know what? If you're not one of our, you know, at least a category 3 trader here at CTU, you should not be trading them. TLRY is making a little bit of a push this morning. That stock, obviously, you know, up a buck right now. Not really the best pre-market trend, but it looks okay. Some stocks are getting crushed too also. I want to remind everybody. CCXI, listen, you want to hold positions overnight? These are the consequences you got to worry about. The stock was a $50 stock. You would have basically seen the writing on the wall. Red, red, red. Every day the stock goes down. You know, a lot of people want to get into day trading. I want to repeat this because you hear me say it all the time. They're like, I don't think it's for me. It's too fast. And I tell everybody, you think options is easier? That's like 10 times harder. And I'll tell you why. It's the movement of the stock that makes an option move. It's the movement of an intraday stock that turns into a swing trade. If you don't know what's happening over the course of the day, you're going to get crushed. And you could see the stock. Stock went from $50, and this is one of those stocks that really went all the way down to 17. Tried to make a little bit of a comeback. Didn't work out too well. Okay, so this stock is not looking good at all. This stock was a gap fill, and this is the gap fill right here. If you went back, you would have saw it. So it looks like the stock is probably going to come down to its resistance, the support levels right around 6. And you know what? I might be a buyer at 6. I might consider it. You know, it's a little bit more of a speculative trade, but I'll see how it trades if it gets down there. But it's not doing too well. There's another stock that's also getting really beat up too. Is FSTX. Another one was around a $16 stock. It's down. It's down about 22%, $2. It's trending down. We know one thing. Look at the name, pharmaceutical stock. We all know that pharmaceutical stocks do not come back. Bonnie, thank you very much. Yes, OCGN did come out with earnings. So these are the stocks that are on the watch list. There's a couple other good stocks that also are on the watch list. Square came out with good earnings this morning. but you know we're not going to be trading a $230 stock. GoPro, really nice, came out with earnings also. That stock looks like it's doing pretty decent. I'm going to put a 2-day chart on there so you can see what happened yesterday. So the stock looks pretty strong. GoPro's been actually doing pretty well. I mean, I have one. Shaq came out with earnings, not really doing too well there. We were a big fan of Shaq, when it went public. Stock is obviously, earnings didn't work out in their favor. Yelp came out, but didn't really do that much. Peloton, that thing was one hell of a yo-yo. They did a recall on their treadmill, and now all of a sudden earnings did pretty well. Now let's see how that kind of I think there's just a quick Band-Aid on them, but recalls are not good. DraftKings also came out with earnings. They did pretty well too. I got out of DraftKings. I'm a fan of online gambling, and I'm still a little skeptical. I got out, at a pretty decent price, around 65. You could see the stock ran down, way down to 50. I always love stocks selling it and then knowing it goes down. I get so upset when I sell it and it goes up. But always remember, for all the ones that you missed, there's probably 5 or 6 down the road. You said, thank God you got out of them. And actually, TLRY was one of them too. TLRY, just going to bring that stock up really quick. You know how well we did with this TLRY right here when we had this big rally right here. This all had to do about all the news coming out that they're going to legalize pot. So this thing ran all the way to, it was basically a short squeeze. Stock ran to 70, but look where it is. I got out around 45 when this thing started coming down. I got in around 25, and good thing I did, because look where it is today. People are like, well, why couldn't you get out at 60? Listen, if I was that good, I wouldn't be here today. All right. So anyway, NKLA came out with earnings. I sold that one. I'm still a fan of that one. I'll keep an eye on that. And then obviously Crohn's came out with earnings too. So that probably might affect a little bit of TLRY. And that pretty much does it. There's a lot of earnings that came out. Buy on rumor, sell on news. We'll see. Usually you'll see what the street will react towards these earnings, probably within the first 10, 15 minutes of the open. People that also will continue the drive of a stock with earnings. But you won't know until all that orders and algorithms take place. And then obviously we have a bunch of stocks here. Just don't get crazy. Today's Friday, so just be a little careful. FLR came out with earnings too. A lot of companies came out with earnings. Yeah, that one, it's on a nice uptrend, but look at that, 3,000 shares. I would definitely not going to be looking at that body. All right, so listen, yesterday we had another successful open house. We had over 200 people, almost 200 to 300 people at a certain time that were logged in. And, we have a lot of new trials that people now say, wow, you know what, I really want to do this. So if you're new here to Cyber Trading University, please make sure you talk to your education advisor, okay? You can't get into the trading room unless they do a walkthrough. They want to show you what you're doing. We want to give you the best experience as possible. Make sure you watch those videos that we gave you. So it's a basic introduction, so you know exactly what you're seeing. Listen, the whole idea is to find out this is for you. So hopefully you'll sit back and enjoy, and maybe, if everything was well, maybe you'll be part of our team, okay? And if you're watching on YouTube, Facebook Live, it's the first time, or maybe watch a recording, just like us, friend us. And if you always want to do a trial, just click on the bottom. You got nothing to lose but to gain. All right, guys? Thank you very much. If I don't see you this afternoon, enjoy your weekend.